Kendra, thank you so much for coming on. I always like to end with this last question. If you could give one piece of advice, to any real estate agent out there, whether it's they're just getting into the business or, in the business now, what would that be?
So I would say one thing I would recommend is just kind of, building your database. That's one thing, as a new agent, I wish I would have started right away versus learning about it later and then kind of having to go backtrack and rebuild it. So building a database, really working your database, kind of going back to that sphere of influence. But even if it's not your sphere of influence, you can still have a database of other leads from other sources too. But just working them, staying in contact with them, whether that's a monthly newsletter or a birthday card. I do a lot of things with my sphere and people, past clients, even if they're a past client from when I first got licensed, we do a client appreciation event once a year. They all get invited. Like I've had people call me and they're like, oh, well, I haven't bought a house from you since way back then. Like, it doesn't matter. You're my client. Like, you're my client for life. Come have a good time. So we do, the client appreciation once a year, birthday cards. If they send us a referral, they get a thank you card. I would say for me personally, I don't necessarily get a bunch of birthday cards in the mail. So I think sending somebody a birthday card says a lot. And I think it's meaningful to them. I get a lot of, text messages like, hey, thanks so much. I got your card. And it's like just doing something, even if it's something as simple as a card, what does that cost? 40 cents to mail it, but it's going to make a huge impact on people and they're going to remember you. And it's like, hey, I haven't bought a house from her since 5 years ago, but she still sends me a birthday card on my birthday. Like, who are they going to use when they go to sell their house?
Yeah.
So just having that database, whatever that looks like for you, and just continuing to keep up with them and take good care of them, even if they haven't bought a house from you this year. They're going to, even if they're not going to ever buy or sell again, who knows? Maybe they built their dream house with you and they're not ever moving again. They still are going to meet other people who are going to be moving.
100%. I that concept of, I actually got it from the multi-level networking space, right? The idea is, I don't want to necessarily recruit you. Like, I want you to come with me, but I really want your database, right? Who's your sphere? And I always tell our agents all the time, you just never know who you're going to run into. They may never buy a house through you, or they may, but they may refer you 10 people.
Right.
So that's spot on. Building the database. And I think the more important part there is the past client side. What are those touch points for your sphere or your past clients?
Yeah, because I think a lot of people, it's unfortunate, but a lot of people, it's like, oh, they bought a house for me. That's awesome. Here's your closing gift. And then it's like, they're not.
Me. That was me. I tell agents all the time, don't do what I did, and I was the transaction treadmill, so to speak, and I had the front end database side down. I didn't do anything after the fact, and how much money that, I've probably missed out on clients could have been able to help a second, third time. And, this is embarrassing to say, but I had a past client that bought through me. When they went to go sell their house, they relisted it with someone else, and I brought my new buyer to that house and they bought it.
Yeah. So, like, oh, hey.
So it's not just the front end database. Make sure you take care of that back end past client database as well.
Right. Well, and honestly, it saves you a lot of work. Like you kind of mentioned, you're on that treadmill transaction. If somebody's worked with you, I'm sure they'd love to work with you again if you stay in contact with them. And if they refer someone to you, that person most likely isn't going to be interviewing 10 other agents. They're just going to go with you because their friend trusts you and they recommended you.
Right.
So, it's not that obviously I'm fine with putting in the work, but it's like, if you have that drip, basically, 100%. You have that flow, why stop it? So.
Yeah, no, 100%. Kendra, thanks so much for coming on and spending, an hour of your time with me and sharing your journey. Those that are watching, you guys can see at the bottom of the screen, connect with her on Instagram and Facebook. But Kendra, for those that are listening in, what's the handle for you on your social media?
At Agent Kendra. That's where you'll find me on Instagram and on Facebook. So
Awesome. Well, Kendra, thanks so much. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your story, and we'll connect again soon.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for thinking of me and having me. And I hope everybody enjoyed it. And I hope you maybe picked up one little tidbit of nugget of information that you can use in your business. So
Yes. No, thanks so much. If you guys are looking to buy or sell, and you want to work with Kendra, make sure you reach out to her. If you guys are a real estate agent and you just, connected with her and resonated with her story, please reach out to her. She's going to help you with getting your business set up and running. So Kendra, thanks again. We'll talk
awesome.
soon.
Thank you.